Picture this. We started on our way back. Lucky for me, it was all downhill. My paws couldn't take any more climbing. As soon as we reached Kathmandu, Thea sent out a special report. It would be front page news. At last, our plane landed on Mouse Island. A crowd of photographers was already waiting for us. Mr. Stilton, a question, please. How did you find the mammoth? Geronimo, would you care to give an interview to Top TV? They called out. Trap tried to answer in my place. He loved being in the spotlight. Why don't you interview me? He suggested. I was there too, you know. But the journalists didn't give him a second glance. Please listen, everyone, I said. I would like to dedicate this discovery to Professor Paz von Volt. Unfortunately, he cannot be with us today. Then I began to tell my story. When I found the woolly mammoth in the block of ice, I was with my nephew Benjamin. Benjamin was drowned in photographs. I put my paw around Thea. My sister has filmed a wonderful piece which will be shown on television this evening. Everyone took pictures of Thea. Just then, my secretary, Mausella, made her way through the crowd. Mr. Stilton, she yelled, today's edition has sold out. It's an absolute record. Through the crowd, I saw the face of Sally Ratmousen, editor of the Daily Rat. She was green with envy at my success. Mr. Stilton, squeaked a gray rat with a camera, could we take your picture? Out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of my cousin. He was standing all by himself. He looked sad and lonely. A wave of kindness rushed over me. I know he can be a rotten pain in my fur, but Trap is still my relative and my friend. I turned to the rat with the camera. I would be happy to have my picture taken, but I would like all of my family members to be with me. Then I waved Trap over. My cousin was thrilled. He threw his paws around me. And that's when the photographer snapped the picture. Trap began to sing happily. What a sensational success. We're the darlings of the press. Despite the cold and the stress, my cousin made it nonetheless. Back to the future. Several months went by. The woolly mammoth was brought back to Mouse Island. Would you believe it? The entire block of ice was cut from the mountain. It was hauled back to the island aboard a special freezer ship. The mammoth was donated to New Mouse City's Museum of Natural History. There it was defrosted and studied by several scientists. It was found to be a valuable source of information about life in the Pleistocene age. Finally, it was exhibited to the public for everyone to admire. The line for the museum stretched for 3 blocks. It was like the time the blockbuster Super Mouse 4 opened at the Grand Squeak Cinema. The exhibition's success gave me an idea. I wrote a book about dinosaurs, mammoths, and other prehistoric animals. It became a bestseller. More months went by. One morning, as I was checking my email, I found this message. Geronimo, dear friend, I've read with great pleasure the article about the mammoth you published in the Rodents Gazette. I found it very interesting. I'm extremely honored that you dedicated the discovery to me. I'm almost ready for my first time travel experiment. I would love for you to join me. I will contact you soon. Take care. Paz von Volt. P.S. Thank you so very much for not squeaking about the Yetis. It means a lot to me. By the way, my underwater lab is fabulous. There was also a picture of Professor von Volt's time travel machine. I studied it closely. A dedication was engraved on its side. It read, "To my dear friend Geronimo Stilton, a true gentlemouse who knows the value of friendship. With great respect, Paz von Volt." Ah, friendship is truly a rare and precious thing. I'd say it's even more precious than the fur on top of my head. I wondered when Professor von Volt would finish working on his time travel machine. I was excited at the idea of traveling with him. Yes, I know I'm not the most courageous of mice, and I do hate traveling. But for a chance to travel through time, I, Geronimo Stilton, just might make an exception. And that's a promise.